Sato pushing forward. He gets bubbled pretty quickly. He does want to get aggressive. Enler is down already. Sato makes the face, or hammer in this case it was. Pokpo took a huge amount of damage himself, and Erskine gets knocked out of the mech. Defran very charged up, and he's trying to maintain the front line here, but Pokpo is going to get knocked out by Poko. That's going to be fun as the series goes on. The Fusion select the correct composition. They don't risk losing that first fight. Again, from the high ground, earth-shattering here for both sides. The Transcendence is also evenly matched fight in terms of ultimates as they'll be brought to bear. Sato again trying to look around the corner. He's the only one caught in that grab. Transcendence, though, is still committed to try and keep him up. Earthshatter's blocked by the shield, though, and Poko's going to have to wait his turn. Poko in, pushes him back, and Ikkyuo's caught in the grab now himself. Self-destruct over the top. Nothing from that one, but Massa already fell Sato. A wild charge will yield the Lucio kill for the Fusion, and they'll keep pushing on. Here's the sound barrier, the self-destruct in the back. It doesn't find any targets, and the Fusion are all over this one. 80% of the clock for them, and they will maintain control.
They got to get a point touch here within 5 ticks, though.
Sound barrier is what Atlanta's going to need to make themselves durable enough for this push. There it is. They push forward. Speed boost as well. They're all over Philly. That's the Earthshatter. It was a knockdown there. It looks like Defran was put on his rear end. Poko got rid of him, but they trade the Reinhardt as a result. Carpe, great focus fire from Atlanta mid-fight to try and take down that Zarya. And now it is going to be Ikkyuo caught up amidst a roiling mass of red. And it's not the blood of the Fusion. No, it's the raiment of the rain. With Boombox falling, they will clean up this fight.
A lot of tools for Atlanta here. That's going to be their grab early. A lot of players stuck inside of it. And they're not, Philly's just going to lose this fight. They're just going to back on out. Nothing they could do there. Nice grab from Defran. They have to be careful, Philly, to not use the grab and then have Sato go in, just try and make an impact. That'll be a self-destruct that goes through. It connects with Ikkyuo. That is horrible for the Philly Fusion.
He was supposed to be protected by his front line, but perhaps some of the explosion managed to creep through. And that's going to be really annoying for Philly, because now they push this round to a one-fight affair, and the Fusion are caught here. They have to stand and fight. This is not what they wanted. Atlanta now can get some more of that ultimate percentage and push them back. Graviton Surge, frivolously used by the Fusion to try and stay in it, but they make one crucial misstep at the final moments, and the Atlanta Reign, they capitalize. Poko desperately trying to get onto the point just to stall out here, but he's nothing but a small distraction, a trifling affair. The Atlanta Reign will get that first round.
I like this setup from Atlanta coming out. You have the Orisa, really great shield at time, and the double sniper. And later takes out Sato right off the bat. Philly is gonna have to back out. So, you're able to control the point. Right here, if you're Philly, they're gonna make a change, but the Winston can't really do much. Jumping into the Orisa, just a ton of damage. You have the Fran there.
Oh, it's time to pony up, boys!
I like this. This is what I like, so. Atlanta comes out with this comp, and Philly, they lose the first fight, but they're like, we don't mind playing this type of game. We'll bring our own double sniper out. Now, this should be the last fight, though, for Philadelphia. And
Carpe.
Carpe.
I don't know if there's going to be a resurrect available from Neptuno there. He does have Valkyrie. Okay, brings Carpe back. The Widowmaker 1v1 reinstated. Now the sound barrier, though. When Leia gets out of trouble, he wants to look for Neptuno, but he's a little bit too slippery to catch currently. Perhaps a better target he might be served with. Carpe met him at the door! Takes him down, and Kodak's missing as well. That's 2 for Carpe. Self-destruct. Pokpo's Bongo is down. The supercharger is removed, and Carpe fancies a little bit of close quarters. Now it's all Philly set up on this point. Atlanta with just the Lucio and really the D.Va just to hold on. Massa goes down. Poko deals with him, and finally the Fusion managed to get a foothold in this round. Double back and take a left turn at Albuquerque for the health pack. Sato is pressuring point, but there's Carpe. Sato cleverly communicating that to Carpe. He knew where his opponent would be. Now Carpe trying to get away. He knows that he'll be run down by Urstra eventually. And there's running out of options of Philadelphia Fusion. Sato sets up a minefield, but he can't step onto the point. They brought back Carpe, though. Philadelphia throwing all their eggs into the Widowmaker basket right now. They need to try and retake here. Enler's down. Sato's getting aggressive. That's his second one. Shield up on the point for Pokpo. He does get Sato, but the Transcendence is now brought to bear. Ikkyuo recalls. Philadelphia with the numbers on the point. Urstra over the edge, and they will just stay in the running. Hard to find a clean shot with all these shields on the point right now, but Atlanta, this is dangerous. They're threatening to retake the point. Carpe opens up the fight, though. Enler is down. First blood now to Philadelphia Fusion, but Carpe will be pressured away. It doesn't matter, though. Mussa's down to a pulse bomb elsewhere, and Urstra's over the edge once more. Atlanta must regroup for one last crack at this, but Philly look indomitable.
Defran ends up using the pulse bomb here. He's going to fall pretty late, so they're 94% and counting. It looks like, it's going to be very tough for Atlanta to get a touch here. Pokeball going to go to Wrecking Ball, barely gets on the point.
Boombox might be threatened, though. Drops it on top. It's so much damage from Pokpo here.
Uh-oh. You lose Sato, you lose Boombox. Players from Atlanta getting on the point.
This is dangerous times indeed. Ursa now just trying to make sure Philly stay inside that small room. EQ always know where to go. They're trying to get a resurrect here, but elsewhere Endler is down. They brought Boombox to the fight. Carpe with 2. That's what Philly were looking for here. This is how they stay in this fight. Transcendence now over the point for Boombox, and Ursa on high is desuited. The Wrecking Ball now coming in for Sato. He's more than happy to bring that one right on down. Sound barrier only really for Popo here. And the Fusion maintain control, but it's not over yet. Popo drops back in again. Poco pressured out. It doesn't matter. Oh, this is going to be a good map, man. I feel it. What a piece here on Nepal.
Now the map looks like it's done. And then you had the self-destruct there from Ursa connect with one. Masa gets one as well, and looked like they may have been able to turn things back in their favor. And look at the angles, dude. Like, Carpe's so sneaky. Like,
Look what he's doing under pressure as well. 2 players.
they needed 4 players.
Yeah, that's right.
And Atlanta's going to get their Transcendence a bit faster here than Philadelphia. Both teams just kind of like poking and prodding on the point. Nobody really wants to commit until now Atlanta uses the sound barrier.
EQO the first to drop, and they do a great job of cutting Sato off from the rest of the Fusion. He got booped and bopped around, and there was no one that could save him, not even a life raft. And amidst that fight, Atlanta had control of the point the entire time. So they're up already 54% on capture progress, and they have a bunch of ultimates to boot.
Is that really like a main healer on any of these compositions when you do this? So be the Graviton Surge, Transcendence comes out, self-destruct as well. Sound barrier here from Philly as well.
Poco tries to Earth Shatter there, but he's actually knocked into the air. He can't land it.
Oh!
Poco is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Not a moment too soon either. Atlanta dipping their toe in the water stuff bar, not really wanting to commit, but now might be the time. Sato, he definitely wanted to brawl, and again, he's extended so far. Boombox desperately tried to keep him alive with the Transcendence, but was just a little too late, and now the Reign get aggressive themselves, pushing up. You see Poco has to look on in dismay as the rest of his team are turned into chum. EQO down to Kodak here, and Atlanta are definitely looking to retake it for this fight. Neptuno will fall at the end, and that's it.
And obviously a really strong fight there for Atlanta. Even stronger that they hold on to a lot of these ultimates. I mean, you got Shatter, Rally, Grab here. DeFran's gonna throw the grab down. You get Poco D-Max. You can't even push through there. You're just stuck.
98%. Philadelphia being kept out completely. It's a shutout. Atlanta Reign. They know when to back away. They know when to fully commit. Really coordinated. Their disengages look fantastic, and they will, as a result, take the first map of this series away, Nepal. Well, look at them. Atlanta realize this now. They're sitting in the corner trying to bait an engagement. Sato gets booted back almost as soon as he gets to his intended target, so he's forced to put the barrier down and scuttle away. EQO down towards half, and again, Sato has to play evasively. He takes to the skies. Atlanta identify a weakness in the lineup of the Fusion. They push inside the side room. 2 supports are down. This is perfect for them. DeFran, 95 charge. And a Graviton if you were to need it, but Philadelphia just got gutted.
And I think what they realized there is, what we saw from Carpe's POV, is a grab from DeFran. Just airmailed that one. Is Philly actually is going to come back. They may want that grab back.
Sound barrier now from Atlanta Reign hastily applied. They realize they may have overstepped themselves somewhat. Sato is down. The self-destruct thrown in the middle. Poco wants more. He'll have it. Master's down, but EQO is traded. Carpe moving up to the point now, and somehow Philly have salvaged this. Atlanta run out of steam.
Which is good. This is a very difficult part of the map to push through in this type of meta.
Yeah, we're having a lot of them used here as well. Transcendence, Graviton also out from Atlanta Reign. Philadelphia also investing in kind, but getting nothing for it. Atlanta. That's what we call ROI, ladies and gentlemen. They have a sound barrier, Earth Shatter, self-destruct to bring into the next engagement.
Or you can get that counter shatter, right? How many times have we seen the grabs come down and then a shatter come down inside of it?
Fisher pretty good at counter shatters himself. That's the shatter. It's mostly blocked those sound barrier for both teams here, but Neptuno was a little bit low. Poco really pushing here at the front line, and in that right corner you can see Massa just trying to stay alive now with the Graviton Surge brought in. Poco again, self-destruct in over the top. It yields results. Darko is missing DeFran. Cut down by Carpe, close quarters.
You come into the last 50 seconds here, you have a few options. Atlanta, that you have the Graviton Surge and the Transcendence coming online. You can extend this fight, or you can go quick, try and bait an ultimate or two out and come back stockpiled.
All eyes on Sato right now. He does have an Earth Shatter waiting. He'll need to be quick though. Kodak's getting close to the Transcendence and he lays it down. Beautiful. Defrand is on the ground. So is Erster. And Poko comes in for the cleanup. Great coordination between the tanks of the Philadelphia Fusion. And Lena, you can't blame them for that one. They get caught up in the mess. Poko's too afraid to really commit to that one either. It's just, the stakes are very high.
It's not worth, yeah.
5 seconds left. Atlanta need to get to the payload to keep this round going. Philly staunchly defending it now. Erster goes in for the shield bash, but it looked like he didn't connect. Or Sato was protected. Pogpo's down a half, and that's dangerous. It's forcing out the Transcendence now from Atlanta. They need to go forward. They need to find some momentum, but another grab comes in. Up to the sky goes the mech. Straight on down, and it's 3! Just what the doctor ordered, and Atlanta are cut down to size by half. Poko will pursue the D-Mech D.Va, and Darko has nowhere to go. Philadelphia Fusion shut the door. Something Poko's been very good at mitigating himself, but that shield for Sato's getting low. It's time to go. Massa gets taken down by Neptuno. And it's a start for the Fusion, but they're not willing to fully commit just yet. The Rain have split themselves off, and EQO recognizes that straight away. He goes straight on in. Popo is down. Clinically picked apart was the Rain's defense here. Very nice from Philly. As a result, this is the reward that Philadelphia reap. Boombox is right on top of that Transcendence. Philly, they're in a great spot in terms of ultimate economy. Sato wants to just charge up his Earth Shatter. He gets a bubble, so he can do just that. This could be quite nasty. He sees the Transcendence, though, and he backs off just a little bit. As Atlanta filter into the right side room, Boombox wants to chase. Pokpo's caught out, though. That was a double stun. Massa was also down, but it doesn't matter. He gets back to his feet and gives it as good as he gets.
I feel like every time we go on with Defran, he is high energy. I mean, you know, Atlanta losing some of these fights, but he's building up that energy quite quick. And, you know, the main tank for Atlanta ends up staying alive, but everybody else drops because he's all the way up to the left.
We're right on the brink here, Philly. So close to their goal, and Atlanta have to give everything they've got to stay in this map right now. That's the Earth Shatter. Sato, though, kind of gets cut off. It doesn't matter. The Rain, mouths agape, looking on like stunned mullets as the payload gets home. And the Fusion will breathe a sigh of relief because that last fight was much easier than they feared it would be. Fusion's still a bit unsure about how they enter this fight. Like, where's the weak point? What can we exploit here? Dogman is playing off to the side on his own. You can see the Massa sticking very close to him.
You want to keep that Zen alive, and they get him. And they actually rotate around Atlanta because they didn't want to play over where that mega health pack is, because with the Winston for Philadelphia, now we'll see Carpe and Co coming back. He's still got this energy from that second fight. You know, still sitting at near 70%.
Oh, I love that. The 180 straight into the Graviton Surge. Atlanta wasn't ready for that one at all. Pokpo tries to give himself and his team a bit of an umbrella, and it pays off, but it doesn't protect from the Earth Shatter. Defran's down. He was discorded before he even hit the ground. The rest is elementary, my dear Watson. Fusion with the positioning on the point, mate. They are looking very good now. Hiding in the back is Darko. So he might try and stall. He's actually sitting to the bottom right of your screen currently. He flies in just to keep this one going. Stunned up pretty quickly. Good idea from him. And a sound barrier on a mini D.Va might not seem like much, but it is keeping the Rain in charge at this point.
Yeah, he connects with a few other players as well, as here comes Carpe back on Reaper. Reaper just shredding through tanks. Obviously, the lifesteal able to give himself health back as he puts down damage. You see the health not really going below max here.
Whoever knew that Edgelord could look so good. Massa knocked up against the wall. Couldn't get away from that self-destruct, and Philly eventually get their prize. I mean, motion sickness people probably should look away from the screen, but Philly really trying to control the high ground as best as they possibly can. And those players that are on the ground are being very careful. Carpe isolated, picked off.
It's a really nice play from Dako and Dogman. Dogman lands the Discord on Carpe. They get him pretty low and they force him back by the health pack, and Dako just flies right in. Ends up giving up his mech in the end, but totally worth it. Atlanta, they probably know they have a slight advantage in terms of ultimates here. Let's see how they decide to use it. Rally early, they're going to try and protect Dogman as Sato is jumping right on top of him.
Yeah, Sato's actually tried to wrap around a little bit, but he's taking a lot of damage in the grab. Beautiful! He baited them into the trap. Sato's now missing. Philadelphia have to go alone with just 5 players. Oh, Carpe! The grab was eaten by Darko, and that's how the Fusion were going to get out of jail, but now it looks like a solitary confinement. Atlanta, with all their players up on the point, and Sato has to commit to this one with a Primal Rage. Maybe he can mitigate the effects of the Transcendence being used by Dogman, but there's really very little he can do. The Self-Destruct claims EQO and a large chunk of Sato's health in Primal Rage, and now it's time for the Soundmayor from Neptuno. He's hunting with Carpe up on the high ground. They're a little bit too afraid to commit, but Boombox gets an important pick. Ursula goes down from long range. The young Brit manages to find a very crucial target. But again, it's going to be tough with this Graviton Surge. Sato tries to pop right in with a pile driver, and Massa now is down. It's a war of attrition. Philadelphia slowly clawing their way back into this one.
Good old EQO Reinhardt here coming out at the end, just trying to get on the point and swing. But no, Sato on Wrecking Ball, such a difficult target to take out.
But Defran, though, has yet another Graviton Surge. He's been building these very quickly. And again, Atlanta will be leaning into that one to try and take the point back. They've got all their impactful ultimates. Philly a little bit low on them. Now Defran's going to push them away. Look at this, straight into the choke. Transcendence has to be used here by the Fusion. This is the only way they stay alive in this fight. Earthshatter knocks Sato down, but they can't find a kill off the back of it. It's just Neptuno off to the side, taken down by Dogman. And with a self-destruct in the middle, that was supposed to help relieve the pressure for the Fusion. It was only Massa to fall for it here, and the Fusion need to find a couple more picks in over this point. It's going to be tough. Boombox down at half health. Sato knocked off towards the side, forced to try and charge across the point. He lays it down. And Neptuno really can only sit there and watch the Atlanta Reign blistering pace.
And they lead in time bank after that attack.
This has been such a sick series this far, man.
Sato Primal Rage, this could be nasty. Massa's off the edge and Sato, oh no, you are not going anywhere, Dogman. Get back in the kennel.
Well, that's denying Transcendence healing from some of his teammates. It's just Philly hasn't made progress on the point. Now the grab comes out.
They did manage to nullify most of that Transcendence, which is crucial. Poco down, Darko also missing the self-destruct from Poco, posthumously yielding himself a kill. Off towards the side is Carpe, and like you said, when Zarya's glowing, she's out there to do some work. Sato blocking that spawn exit, and now just that little aperture preventing Atlanta from streaming onto the point the way they'd like to. Sato does go down in the ensuing firefight, but the Transcendence here means Philly can just ease into the rest of this fight. Pressure Darko down with a Discord Orb, and Boombox, he's in the hot seat. He's in the perfect spot right now just to wreck the Atlanta Reign. But Poco might have other ideas. The Earthshatter comes in and he claims EQO. He's looking healthy. Carpe's kind of caught out on his own here. Defran gives himself a barrier. Carpe has to back away on the left-hand side. He's going to struggle to escape from this one. Defran pushes forward, and somehow the Atlanta Reign have managed to turn this one around. Beautiful Earthshatter from Poco, and sometimes, like I said, just the one kill that you need. This is very aggressive for Sato. He's gone straight into the back line, immediately going for the Primal Rage. Carpe will wait this one out, see if they can get Darko D-Mech to avoid him with the Graviton Surge. That's 3 players caught up in it. Sato's in the mix now as well. The Jungle Gym is here. Darko gets desuited, and it's just Poco on the point. Philadelphia Fusion pushed through after what would have been such a frustrating previous fight. But they get there, though, one way or another. Dogman is like all the damage coming from Boombox on the high ground. They get him! Carpe follows up. You can see the pressure point that Philly are trying to aim for here on the Atlanta. And now they're boxed into this little room. And they're missing their Zen.
I think you have Poco playing in this position. He knows the Zen needs to come back. So Atlanta's got an option. You know, you either let Dogman fight out one-on-one against the enemy D.Va, or you go back, you try and get him through. So you see they kind of moved into this choke here. That's going to allow Sato to put down some damage as they walk through. It gets healed up. So Atlanta starts their next push. Oh!
There it is again!
Oh, no.
Oh. Well, the Fusion definitely trying to isolate the Zenyatta or Dogman here, and the Reign are going to great lengths to shepherd the Zenyatta into the point with them. 1 minute 17 left, and Atlanta need both point A and point B to stay in this map. The Reign tentatively now move forward onto the point, but Boombox is the high ground and he drops in. As soon as the Graviton Surge was used, he knew it was Transcendence time. Darko finds EQO. Again, the Brigitte catching a little bit of the blast, and the sound barrier for the Fusion doesn't really get any value because they're too busy planning on the next move. Carpe's Graviton was eaten up by Darko, and all the options that Philly had to go for have been stripped away from the one-by-one. Poco forlornly heads for the hills. Here we go, EQO drops straight in, Transcendence, immediate answer from Dogman, places it up on the point. Philly, reluctant to push forward, reluctant to get aggressive, and they wait out their own Transcendence. Now Atlanta don't have the healing available that Philly does. A huge disadvantage for them in this fight. Graviton Surge used, they're all caught together. Big Earthshatter, Poco knocked to the ground, and here's the responding. Oh, it's a big grab from Defran. Dogman finds Carpe, and it's just Boombox. He has to leave the point for now. Philly have to regroup and find the numbers. Atlanta are down to 4, just 4 players left for the Reign. Boombox might have been caught, and he is. 75% on the capture as Poko is desuited one by one. Philly are being knocked down. The self-destruct doesn't claim too much, and EQO can't even get to the point. Now the Rainy here in numbers. They're starting to put out the damage. Neptuno is knocked aside. Carpe's trying to work on the periphery. He found Dogman at least, but he needs the rest of his team to be a presence on that point, and they keep getting bowled over. It's in overtime, and here's Carpe back. One last stand. He walks over in on a Wraith form, and EQO returns to the fight as the Tracer. He's going to be knocked away quickly as well. So Poko's just sitting around the corner there. He's trying to keep tabs on Atlanta, but they know they need to push forward fairly quickly. The more damage they do, the quicker they get those ultimates, the quicker they can make a decisive play to claim the point. Dogman's trying to stay safe right now, and his opposite number, Boombox, is on that high ground. Massa gets caught. That's not good at all. They need that Lucio so badly. Barry was used on towards Pokpo now, and he only has his shield to stay up. Poko on the drive-by, doesn't mind about the insurance bill. And Carpe drops in over the top. He's not supercharged right now, but the fight's just about to get serious. Dogman is finally felled, and the Philly Fusion repel that first push by Atlanta. Matt, they have 10 seconds to get back to the point. Massa may get staggered if he's not careful. Neptuno was nipping at his heels, but he's not going to be able to get there. There is a mini diva on the point, though. Darko is lying in wait, but he spotted. He doesn't get there. His Hardy
Around the corner, it was cute, but it doesn't work.
Looks like that's what they're going for, though. It is going to be a DPS-centric composition for the Philadelphia Fusion. Farah, Hanzo, Widowmaker, all in the mix.
And if you're Philly, why not? Right? We've seen this work with the London Spitfire. You come out, you know they've only really been playing a ton of Reinhardt. You know that's kind of what they're going to run.
Carpe's set up now. There's not really anyone that can actually access him unless Darko wants to take the arduous trek across the map to pressure him down. EQO tries to hit that concussive blast, doesn't get results, but Pokpo's so low. He's very low. EQO in a great position to rain these rockets down. Ursa also has to take cover. 1-for-1. Carpe went down. Massa pushed him, but he's resurrected. He's brought back into the fray, and he gets another crack at it. Still in a position. Massa had to go after him. You see him on the right of your screen. Carpe being pressured down now by the plucky Lucio, and he got EQO. Are you kidding me? Massa wasn't even looking for Carpe.
They're going to do this.
That is astounding from the Atlanta Reign. Philly throws them the strangest look, and they respond with confidence. Sada doesn't even really get to the point. He's taken down. The Dragon Strike was used, but it's not enough.
I would love to know how Massa changes targets so quickly and finds a Farah up in the air. He said, oh, I can't have the Widow? I guess I'll just take the bird. Very impressive stuff from Atlanta. They prevent that capture, and they make that map a draw when it looked like Philly had the golden ticket. They had the answer. And yeah, you can be happy about it. Oh, Dogman, okay, all right. That reminds me of myself.
Got to see if DeFran can land a good grab here.
There's the rally. That's the starter's pistol. Durain just pressuring down Poko right now. If he hangs around, he'll be more than happy to get him demected. DeFran, that was a wild one. He knew that Poko was off to the left, so he sends in the Graviton Surge. And it's a very good result for Atlanta.
This time, though, Philadelphia will have all of their support ones. It'll be the rally from Enlayer and Atlanta first. They're trying to close the gap, and they don't keep Carpe alive. Philly trying to back up, just stay alive in that fight. Maybe when the rally wears out, you use your own, you push on forward. They're not able to do so. Atlanta will take that fight. If Philly, when they lose Carpe early, they decide not to invest anything else. So they'll still have a lot of those ultimates to come back.
They're going to need them here. The Reign have 30 seconds, so essentially this would be the last fight that they'd have at this point. They're a long, long way from their spawn currently. So the pressure is high, it's safe to say. Darko self-destruct in. Oh, no one caught by that one, despite the fact that Pokpo tries to charge Sato away. Sound barrier now for the Philadelphia Fusion, but that gets eaten up very quickly. Sato trying to stay close to the payload, not to let it sneak over as the Fusion are being dashed around the point. Here's a self-destruct in. Perfect! They dealt with DeFran. There's still more to do, but Carpe is very charged up, and Philly are in a good position to push this one in their favor. That'll be a DMEC for Darko, and Atlanta can only look on again in dismay. He's lost so many crucial parts of his team. Quick double from Dogman. There's a glint of hope, perhaps, but there were so many Philly players up on the point, and they will hold it right here. For Transcendence, Boombox may just engage with this, and he does. Philly just don't want to be in this choke anymore. They take the fight to the Reign, and Enlayer is the first to fall. A Fire Strike was what he fell foul of. Pokpo trying to get aggressive just to charge on out. Good response though. I mean, Massa has really been getting involved early to late fight with a lot of these kills, but Boombox trying to do him one better. It's a Cossack kick to the bread basket. Dogman will be very happy if he gets an early
snipe on Boombox. You can see that's who he's primarily looking for right now. That's the rally from Enlair. That means that they're going to push. And the Philly Fusion realize this. Great disengage. They get out of striking distance very rapidly. And the Atlanta Reign, a little bit awkwardly now, are sitting on the low ground saying, well, we can't go back around. We can't climb up. We have to fight pretty much face-to-face around this little corner here. Now Philly, it's their turn to go forward. They realize they might have an opportunity, an opening here. Poco's knocked to the ground. Really just him at this stage, but the Transcendence from the Reign is going to give them a little bit of a buffer as they push into this fight. It doesn't allow them to get any kills though, and for this reason, Philly are going to keep going. That's the charge on Pokpo, but Asano was looking for, and it is a cleanup. Fantastic play from the Fusion. Managing to disengage from the Reign there. Carpe in a great spot here. Very happy to have the Graviton Surgery and lets it go as quickly as possible. Sound barrier used by the Reign, but it's going to be a self-destructing over the top. No victims claimed from that. But now Philly, they layer their support ultimate. That's interesting. And a beautiful finish there from Sato just to secure the fight. But Matt, really, they had everything they needed.
We're going to map 5, ladies and gentlemen. It wouldn't be a Philly match without it.
Sato switching to Reinhardt here as well, just saying, okay, well, it's probably a little bit safer if I don't play the Winston here. Let's match our Reinhardts up. Let's see who's going to be the king of shatters. And you can see Poco really trying to keep Sato in that cone of silence in the defense matrix. And now with the Transcendence in play, they want to come forward. Sato, oh no, where is he? Did he get floaties on? He's gone over. And the rest of the Fusion really don't have a leg to stand on after losing Sato in that fight. Pokpo playing the corner. He's not going to give him too much ground here. Boombox peeks out a little bit too much. Rally in play for the Fusion now. They need to do something with these ultimates. Neptuno falls. Pokpo doesn't manage to make the shadow work. And he falls to the self-destruct. Good timing on the charge from Sato to set that up. Poco has to double back here. Self-destruct was thrown in by Darko and he gets Sato as well. Both Ryans falling out in the self-destruct war.
And the Fusion now have to decide if we go forward or back, and maybe they overstay. It was a Graviton from Defran to keep them there, though.
This is very annoying. Defran can
up
do
on the
this
high ground, yeah.
all day. Interesting that he used a personal barrier there up on the high ground. He doesn't have a lot of energy right now, so it needs to depend on his projected barrier. He eventually drops down, but he's found Boombox. Oh no, he's got in the cookie jar! Zenyatta is down for the Reign, or for the Fusion. The Reign can just push straight on through. Yeah, that hurts. I mean, you can't leave him up there, but what do you do about him?
Just have rally. Actually, you're going to get shatter, grab, and self-destruct. This could be final fight.
Defran is charged up, ready to go, and the Fusion have boxed themselves
So
in
much
here.
damage.
Atlanta just going to wait for them to come out, but they're so low. They're going to face the music one way or another. Poco eats the grab, though. Defran won't get that one, and then the Transcendence comes into play to remediate that health issue the Fusion were having. Sato's still nice and healthy, but Poco's mech is down. Carpe charge, pushing over the edge. Darko trying to hide off on the side, but it's Musser again! Again! On the Lucio! This guy's been dominant in these fights, and the Reign can now stand tall. They're one step closer to the coronation!
I think Philly just kind of rotating around, seeing if they can get an angle on this Pharah. You see from Carpe's POV, it's difficult to deal with, you know. The Winston in your face, the Diva on one side. Oh, by the way, Sombra invisible running around.
Oh, Masso's in trouble!
Oh.
That's an Angel grounded. Carpe looking for Erstu, who now just needs to stick behind the Lighthouse, but a Mercy down is huge! Making 2 supports! Oh! Again and again, Carpe delivers. Now the push. Sato Primal Rage immediately. He wants to catch Atlanta as they're on the way to the point. Oh, he was looking for Erstu over the edge, but he'll have Dogman instead. Just a pile of scrap now, and there might be more for Sato. Out of Primal Rage, but dropping onto the point. His health is quickly vanishing, but Erster and Defran are caught. Sato, cat amongst the pigeons, it seemed. Earth Shatter. It was actually Neptuno who got shattered, by the way. He was almost knocked off the edge of the map, but he's able to pick himself back up and will have the sound barrier if his team needs it. That was the Transcendence. Poco sent this one in. Sato catches Master. Such an aggressive charge from him in the midst of the battle, but he gets a crucial target. Now he's forced back. He was discorded, and Atlanta have the momentum and the Transcendence to work with. The rest of the Fusion can only try and knock on the door, ask if they can be allowed in. EQO has the shield charge backwards to get away from the fight, and Defran really wants to push. He's pushed too far, though. A little bit too far from the Dane. Poco staying safe. EQO working their way in, and Philly need to do this slow. It's overtime, 99-51. Earth Shatter from Pokpo was there, but the follow-up, sadly, was absent. In mini Diva form with nothing with the Body Blaster, Poco gets the job done.
And we will have one final round on Ilios.
We'll see if that. Oh, Big guy. Look,
Here we go.
you're gonna go down.
Go down like this.
Exactly. If it ends here, it's going to end his way. So Atlanta come out, they have that Orisa-based composition. Again, very hard to shift from the point. That shield did not quite go where it was intended. It had to be replaced. Pokpo was able to do that easily enough.
A really sick turret spot as well. You see up on the high ground there. Gonna have to deal with it.
Poko clears it out. And Dafran. Again, staying a little bit far back. EQO tried to go forward. There is at least a trade there. EQO was able to give up his life to secure the Zenyatta kill. But Dafran wants to play aggressive. Darko was demegged in the rain. Have to step back a little bit. Philly won't take the point for now. They need to finish this fight before they do anything else. And they try and come over the top. It's a 1-for-1 trades in much of this fight. But Dafran finally goes down. This Muscle with the sound barrier now. Erster did the good work. He paid the road in this fight. Surely not. Neptuno would never troll you like that. And now Sato's returned to the fight. Philly still have control of the point. Atlanta weren't able to capture it. There it is, the Molten Core. A lot of damage being taken. Philly had to respect it and step back. But Sato, again, he's in the midst. Self-destruct there. Line of sight was easy to break for the Fusion from that one. And with the Transcendence now, Sato is topped up and ready to go once more. He lands on top of Pokpo. The Dragon Strike yields very little from Erster, despite his fantastic start to the fight. Carpe has other plans for you, Dogman. Dafran's doing work. Look at him move back onto the point. What? No way! 2 rapid kills with a Rivet Gun. Erster now being pressured back. Atlanta have control of the point here. Only 2 players left for Philly. Their supports are running, trying to get back to the point as quickly as they possibly can. Poko has to step out of this fight, and now Atlanta are in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and EQO uses rally there. They try and push forward, potentially take that. Dafran now over to Tracer. Not going to be running the Torb anymore.
There goes that supercharger, that extra damage not available for the Rain, but a sound barrier, that'll go a long way. Philly did take the point, but Atlanta are the only ones with that support. Over the edge goes EQO. And the Rain will be happy. They threw that Lucio ult into the fight, and it still paid off for them, the Fusion, but they're nowhere to be seen. Sato went over the top, gets that bubble immediately. Erster just hides behind the pillar, he's waiting for his shot. Clips Neptuno there, I think that's a big reason why Dogman was able to pick him up. The arrow connects, that's 2 for the Dogman, okay. You have my attention anymore. EQO drops. And Atlanta chase them off their turf once more. 64% to 55, and Atlanta are counting.
The only one you really needed to support is the Orisa, but you have Dogman with that Harmony Orb on Zen. The distance don't need to be that close as Pulse Bomb goes off to the side there for Dafran. This may be Philly's last chance.
Poko moving up on that right side. Philly have split themselves voluntarily at this point. Primal Rage for Sato, but great use there of the Fortify. Pokpo made sure he wasn't going to be knocked into the well, and Sato spends half of his ultimate just walking around. Now he's looking for Dogman again, who's been a key player in this map. And of course, the Transcendence for Dogman now. Rain looking very durable in this fight. Boombox now has to use his and come forward. He has to get aggressive and engage the fight. Atlanta are in control, and they have the sound barrier now. Philadelphia Fusion respond with one of their own. Darko gets stunned. He's discorded as well. He gets desuited, and Muscle has fallen down. This is where the Rain was supposed to take it all, but it looks like they're running out of steam. Dogman falls. Philly have control of the point, and now they can stagger the fight. Statically, they really just need to play around the Orisa, and the Fusion know that. It's very clear when you see the Orisa being used. Poko, I think he was able to get out of that one there. We had the booster available. Massa caught. That Graviton Surge was well placed with the Rain. They can't afford this kind of fight. It's 94% for the Fusion. They're so close. Erster goes down. Sato's trying to back away. Poko gets a bit of a shield and pushes forward. Now with that Orisa, it's worse for wear right now. Goes for the Fortify. Poko has to abscond. Darko now being pushed away. Down the hill goes Darko. Self-destruct to get out of the mech, and Master's playing on that left side, but it's just him, the one man standing, and the Philadelphia Fusion triumph very closely with the Transcendence now onto the point, but Dogman is keeping this one alive. Gets into the back corner, just a drive-by. He waves as he passes by. And Atlanta Rain now trying to put some numbers back on the point with the Fusion in there. Got it, they have it. It doesn't get much closer than that.
What a match. Atlanta takes Philly the distance. Philly just at the end, man. Able to pull it out. What a clutch.
It's their identity now. It's their brand.
Yeah.
Making it go all the way. And it's kind of big brain if you think about it. They get to play the maximum number of maps